You first saw him on BET. You heard him love talking on WPGC. He's inspired the hearts of many on DaJour Live. And now, he's back on CBS Big Talk Radio. It's Conversations with Prince DaJour. And now, here's your host, Durek Prince DaJour.
Well, all right.
Yes.
All right, it's the Big Talk 1580 AM Prince DaJour, Conversations with Prince DaJour. We're having a good time, and as you can already tell, we don't necessarily need a radio station to have a party. We've already started the party, right?
Yeah. You know it.
We're having a great time, and clearly we call it Conversations with Prince DaJour because that's what we do. Of course, doing radio for so many years at the grocery store, at the gas station, people stop and talk to me with the loaf of bread under my arms, smashed up by the time I finish talking. Of course, that's right. And we're having conversations, so we figure we'll just bring to you on radio what we do in life every day, all day long. That's what it's really all about. And of course, we have to say, Happy Love's Holiday. It's Valentine weekend, right, ladies? All right, so happy Valentine's to all you lovers out there. We figure what better time to celebrate love than right now. It's all about love. And, I'm watching television, and I'm seeing all these reality shows about how to cook and how to take out the trash and how to redecorate your house. But nobody is really talking about redecorating your heart. And so that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about not just a home improvement, not just a house improvement, but a brand new you improvement. That's what it's really all about. It's all about love. I mean, no matter how you size it up, it's the center of everything. From a spiritual perspective, from a natural perspective, social, psychological, it's all about love. Everybody who's homeless on the street, drug addicts, alcoholics, crackheads, whatever you're going through, somehow love was a part of that ingredient and something went wrong with your love. And so today we bringing love back to radio. It's relationship radio, y'all. I'm feeling this thing. You feeling me? We're having a great time. And of course, before we get started, though, I want to give a shout out to our crew so everybody can be introduced properly. We have my main man. He's the engineer of the show. He's the technical man, the techno man of the show, keeping it sounding real good, Mr. James Brown. Give it up for y'all. And his name is really James Brown. People always ask him, is that really your name? And, of course, we have my publicist and production coordinator, Ms. Tina Marie. All right, give it up for Tina Marie. And, look, we have all the celebrities in the house. Look, Tina Marie, James Brown, and especially because we have James Brown, it's got to be funky, right? No, I'm just kidding with you, James. And, of course, we have Lyric. Yeah. She's the lady with this one name, like Oprah. You have just Lyric, okay? Simple as that. As in song lyrics, her name is Lyric, and you really have to experience her. I can really go through a whole scroll to tell you all about us. Very talented woman. She's our production assistant hanging out with us, so thank you guys for hanging out. I want to give a shout out to Joseph, my man JoJo, K-Tron, and of course Greg Edger. And we have a whole team that's hanging out that's making this show possible right now, all of our sponsors, and of course you, the listeners right now. If you're listening in your car on 1580, of course, if you're on your computer, which a lot of our listeners are. And this show is really web-based. We want to reach out to all the government workers. This show was really inspired by some of the workshops that I do with the federal government workers and state government workers and hair salons and barber shops and people at home and just listening by way of the web. Everybody wants to reach out this time of day, and they don't have to even go to the bathroom or sneak out. You can just turn your computer on, and you can minimize it and listen to it. That's right, minimize and listen to the show. And, of course, that's in between Facebook, statistics. Tell me about the statistics again, Lyric. What you say about Facebook?
I said that more people are on Facebook between 9 and 5 p.m.
Wow.
So somebody's not doing any work.
That's right.
Or some people can work while doing Facebook. That's a whole other show. We'll go into that another time, though. But, again, we're talking about love. Our topic today is inspired from a book that I'm doing. The book is actually almost ready. Maybe by sometime this spring we're looking to have the book out. The book is called From Here to a Place Called Love, okay? And it's all about love. We're celebrating love's holiday. And that's something that just kind of came to my mind, ladies, not long ago, because we always talk about holidays. And Black History Month, we talk about 4th of July. But love is really a holiday. The good thing about love's holiday is not just for one day, and it's not just the shortest month of the year, February. It's really all day, every day, always, in all ways. That's what love is really all about. And, of course, my goal is to really inspire people to think about love on a continuous basis where we're not just walking around, floating around like Cupids or anything necessarily, but wherever you are, however you are, talk about love, bringing love to your family, to your church, to your gas station, your barber shop, your hair salon, just wherever you are, we want to reach the hearts of people. So from here to a place called love is what we're talking about. And keep in mind that everybody, wherever you are, your here place is a different location for everybody. You may be going through a divorce right now. Maybe you just came out of a relationship. Maybe you're a single individual looking to find love. And you say to yourself, or you say, Prince DaJour, I'm right here. Here is where I am. I'm hoping that this guy would find me. I'm hoping that this lady would find me. where I am. Tina's like, amen, already. And you're hoping that that individual will find you. But that's what it's really all about. But the thing is, how can you be found? Now, I don't want to get religious or anything with this, but let's go spiritual for a minute here. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. But the question is, if you look at the word find, it doesn't mean geographical. The word find means to locate. And so many people who are already married, you're married, but you're still not found, okay? And so that's why we're struggling with the areas of love. I mean, even men, women, we're married, we already have special mates and everything, but we still haven't been found. So you can have a man in your life and have a lady in your life and still not be located. It makes me, I was talking to Tina the other day, and it makes me think about last weekend I had my kids. It was daddy weekend, daddy daycare weekend, right? And my kids said, Daddy, we want to go to Potomac Mills. So we were riding around. And of course, I haven't been to Potomac Mills in a while, so I had to break out the GPS system, right?
Oh, God.
And so I noticed, and I have this new, what's this, Droid phone or whatever, so I'm trying to figure out how to work this thing. And of course, I'm not the technical guy. Probably should have called James Brown for that one, right? But I'm trying to work this phone, and so it told me, it said, what is your starting location? And then it said, what is your final destination? And it made me think about love. I said, wow, many of us are lost because we know where we want to start from, but we don't really know where we want to end up. And so when the GPS system said to me, what's your starting location? I said, well, I'm right here. And of course, the phone is saying, well, right here, where? I mean, you know where you are, but I don't really. So imagine that love being my GPS system, love saying to me, well, Prince, I know you want to fall in love, but what's your location? Well, I don't know, love. I'm standing right here. Well, love is telling me, I can't get you to your final destination until you can explain to me in detail exactly where you are and your location is. And so many of us are struggling from here to that place called love because we're stuck with here. Now, something else that comes to my mind, and of course, I want everybody to chime in just a minute, but I want to sort of set a precedence here when I think about love. I think about a mountain, right? This is how, when I wrote the book, it came to me. And I was thinking like, well, every mountain has three elements. You have the peak of the mountain, you have the plateau, which is the middle part of the mountain, and then you have the valley, which is the lowest part of the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, I have good news for you. Good God from Zion. I'm telling you, I do. You know why? I have good news because most people feel like just because I'm single and haven't found that special loved one, I'm in a bad place. I'm feeling bad. I feel lonely. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. That's a whole other workshop we could do. But the truth of the matter is that you're really in a good place, and I'm explaining to you why. And if you never thought about it before like this is the brand new you, brand new beginning for you. Happy Love's holiday to you. You follow what I'm saying? If you're listening right now, because I've never in my life, now I'm not a geologist or a scientist or nothing. I'm just a brother from Edgewood Terrace in Northeast D.C. Okay, let's keep it real, right? But I will say this though, I've never seen a mountain disconnected from a valley. Now I watch National Geographic all the time, so I'm one of those TV scientists, right? You know, think I know everything, you know, from TV. A valley is the lower part of a mountain, so that means that even if you're not at the high place where you want to be, representing marriage, even though you're not married, even though you don't have that special loved one in your life this weekend, you still are a part of the mountain experience. So instead of looking at it like I'm in a low place, I want you to think about it like this. I'm in a low level of a high place. A lower level of a high place, because the valley is connected to the mountain, so it's all one. So you're not disconnected. So you're not off somewhere in an abandoned island somewhere like a castaway, like the movie. But you're clearly a part of that mountain experience. It's just that you're at the lower part of a high place. And I know according to belief systems, a lot of people have been raised to believe, especially women, because they always groom y'all to play house and I want to get married one day.
Did you hear that, ladies?
Right. No, but men don't think about playing house until they actually play house for real. And that's a whole other show too, brothers. We play house, and maybe we'll need to do a playhouse show in a couple of weeks. But a lot of women believe that, well, I know he says that he loves me. And the guy may say the same thing for the ladies, but I need him to marry me to make me feel like a woman. Tina Marie, speaking of your name being Tina Marie, right? Tina Marie had a song on her last album, and she has "Marry Me," make an honest woman out of me, on her last album. And a lot of women feel that I'm honestly, affiliated, or I feel like I'm a queen now because he finally married me. You could be married and still not found. You can be married and still be in the valley of your mountain. Okay? In order to get to the top of that place you want to get to, the position of marriage will never define how high you are or how low you are. The only thing that will define that is simply where you are in your heart. The inside of you, internally where you are. I hope somebody feeling me right now. I'm feeling it myself. I'm about to give myself an offer right now. No, throw money at my own feet. I'm just kidding, y'all. Of course, I can pick it back up, right? Go ahead,
Right,
baby.
but you know what, DaJour, and Tina could probably relate to this too. As a female, sometimes we don't know where we are in the very beginning before we even get the man.
That's right.
Sometimes we just want to be loved and not really love ourselves. So therefore, we're accepting anything and anybody that shows us any type of attention. So you grasp on to junk.
Wow.
And therefore, just because somebody showed you some attention, you now, I'm in love.
Right.
And you gravitate to the negative part. You marry them, and then that's why you can't, have that relationship that you're speaking of because you didn't have it going in.
That's right. And a lot of men don't know how to love you the way that you need to be loved.
Wow.
Amen.
Don't y'all start no fights up in here. Like me and Jamie got our boxing gloves ready. We just in case we need to throw down up in here. No, I'm just kidding. But it goes both ways. I think that, you can't just love an individual how you want to love them. You have to love them according to how they need to be loved. And it makes me think about even driving over here today. I use practical analogy, so I may talk about anything on the strip, every restaurant that I see. But it made me think about Mercedes-Benz versus a Toyota. I mean, if you have a Mercedes-Benz, you can't go and look in your Toyota manual to figure out how it functions, the functionality of it. You have to go to the manual that's designed for that particular model. That's why they give you model numbers and make numbers. So I believe that love is exactly the same way. If, your last boyfriend may have been a Toyota or your last lady may have been a minivan, but guess what, baby? You're driving a Bentley now. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted.
Drop top.
We love to drive.
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I was fantasizing for real. I mean, I rode a bike over here today. I'm just joking. But no, but the truth of the matter is that you have to really make sure you're reading the manual according to how it's designed. And so I may be the kind of man who needs to be loved a particular kind of way. Maybe to me, love means you supporting me or making me feel good. Hey, baby, I like the way you smell today. Sweetheart, I love that tie that you have on. Honey, your cufflinks are wrong. Let me fix it for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I watch too much TV. I don't know. It's just me. But I'm just saying that's how I need to be loved. Maybe your last husband said, get off me. I can do my own tie. I don't really care. Or maybe your last wife felt love when you went with her to church. Maybe your new wife feels love when you take her out to dinner aside from church. So you really have to figure out how to love them and get a background file on them to understand how to love them according to their make and model. Okay, today our topic is from here to a place called love. Where is your here place? Where exactly are you located on the Love's GPS system, okay?
Oh, wow.
We're trying to help you to identify where you are because if you have a tow truck and you need a tow truck, we can't come and pick you up unless you tell me where you are. Am I right? And that's really the truth, man. If the tow truck is somewhere, where can I find you? I don't know. I just see a green tree and I see a lady walking across the street. Well, where exactly? You can never be found until you know your location. So, ladies, if you've been single for a long time, fellas, you've been wondering what the problem is, it's probably because you can't explain and communicate exactly what your location is. I guarantee you, if you can express that to love, love will come and find you and scoop you up. It may just happen this weekend. I got an interesting feeling. Somebody's getting hooked up listening to our show right now. I'm hooking myself up. I feel pretty good over here.
DaJour got the PhD on LOVE.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, well, you know what? It's so funny that you say that. And actually, I don't. People come to me all the time and say, well, what made you want to do a relationship show? And it's not because I have a PhD degree. It's not because I have any degrees at all. I think that I've become a voice for relationships because I failed at it so much.
That's deep.
All right?
That's deep.
I deserve an amen right there. Amen. I mean, that's the truth. I'm being honest. This is honesty radio, relationship radio. I failed at it so much that it taught me well. Okay?
Wow, at least you learned.
At least I learned, okay? At least I learned while I was in the bottom of my mountain experience. I was in the valley. I had to learn through some pain, through some heartache, through some rejection. And by the way, ladies, we feel that stuff too. We get rejected. We feel heartache. But guess what? I'm climbing up the mountain, baby. It's on.
You guys feel that?
Yeah, I may not be at the top yet. Well, look, no, but here's the deal. I'm not married yet. Of course, I'm a single man, so I haven't gotten to the top, but I'm at the plateau. I'm right in the middle.
Did you hear that, ladies? He said he's a single
all right,
man.
all right, watch yourself. That's not the topic of the show.
Calling all the single ladies.
We're not doing the Beyonce today. 1-800 hook up. No, but from here to a place called love clearly is really all about experiencing where you are, maximizing your singleness so that you can learn spiritually becoming whole, practically becoming whole, taking care of the practical things so when the person shows up, you're able to express love to them. You can never give what you don't have. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
I mean, how can you love somebody when you don't know what it is that you're giving them to love? And so, I was married when I was 19 years old, and I did it early and young. And the truth of the matter is that was the wife of my youth. Bless her soul. She's a wonderful woman. We have a great friendship even to this day. No drama, no baby mama drama, that kind of stuff like most people. But I think it's because we both acknowledge the fact that we were in our youth and now we're adults and we know how to meet each other in that particular place even as adults. Some people, we probably get along better than some people do married. I mean, sometimes. Did y'all bleep that part out? Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Not quite. We tried.
No, but the truth of the matter is that, I couldn't give myself as a man because I didn't have the man to give. I didn't know who I was. I figured, hey, if I could pay the bills, put you in the house and buy groceries, we can go to BJ's and load up on the food. That's what being a man is all about. But I found out later on that love is a maintenance job. Okay? Love is a maintenance